Yeah, I have some concerns, Skip. One of the concerns is the interior defense. You know, as they get further and further into or closer to the Olympics, you know, it's going to be better competition. It's going to be better coached teams. You know, I mean, think about this. The spread for Australia was 20 points. So I just thought, you know, I gave you 25 and you didn't want that.
I didn't want it.
You didn't want that.
No, I'll be the first to admit it.
Like,
I didn't love it. I didn't love it.
Yeah,
I think Keyshawn was ready to give me 30. And
Keyshawn was going to give you 30, so when they only win, I think the expectations is so high. I mean, of course they should be. It's the U.S. When you look at the players top to bottom, I feel like they should dominate each and every game. But it's obvious that they're lacking some defensive chemistry, some on-court offensive chemistry as well. When I look at the 68 points in the paint from the Australians, that should never happen. You know, with the athleticism U.S. got, you got Joel Embiid, you got Anthony Davis. When you give up, when you out there, you get 18 turnovers when my ball handlers are Curry, LeBron, Ant-Man, Halliburton, you know, but that's just telling me they need more practice time. The chemistry is off. I can see the timing on some of the plays is not quite there. Am I worried? Not really. They still won the game. But the funny thing about the U.S. is when you look at the names, you like disappointed when they only win by 6. Like but you won. Think about that, Key. You won, and it's only exhibition, so it's only gonna get better. You know, the venues are gonna get better, and the U.S. is gonna take it a little more serious. I truly believe this. Once they get in the real, actual gameplay, now they're gonna get tested versus Serbia.
They will.
With Joker.
Agreed.
I think they're going to get tested. So it's good then for them to make these mistakes because even Steve Kerr said after the game, we'll rather, you know, see what our deficiencies are, something along that line, just to see what we need to clean up to get better at ahead of the Olympics. So I'm not concerned at all, a little bit, but this is something I think they'll clean up.
Yeah, it's too close for comfort to score, the final score, okay? Even though in the third quarter they led it by as much as 24. Which told me, okay, they got complacent.
They took their foot off the gas.
They took their foot off the gas, a little complacent, chilling, not ready full tilt yet. But you know, in professional sports, when you look up and you surrender 24-point leads and that people are cutting your deficit and all of a sudden it's down to 4 and 5, you're a couple possessions away from being down. That's the part that is a little bit alarming because now it's like, oh, blank. They down by 2 now. We're in trouble. And now you got to hope and pray that some guys start to deliver. Now, early on, I thought Ant-Man got off to a quick start fast.
He did.
And I was like, oh, okay, he getting ready to drop 30 on their head. But he didn't finish strong. I mean, they just didn't. I don't know what it was. The fourth quarter just didn't. They wasn't out there start turning the ball over.
You know, the thing is, too, Key and Skip, the ball is different. I noticed a lot of
I asked you that a week ago. You was like, it's the same.
No. The Olympic ball is different because I noticed just simple passes. They would just clear in their hands. They would drop.
That's what I asked you.
It's a different ball.
Is it the stripes? Is it the color?
It's a different ball. I don't know how to explain it, but it's a different feel of the ball than the actual NBA ball because if you look at their turnovers, some of them is just they just couldn't catch the ball.
Do they break them right out the package? Or they scuff them up? Or?
I don't know.
Yeah, because see, in football, they rub the balls down, throw them in the dryer, they do all sorts of stuff so the slickness go away.
There's a different feel. And that's a difference, I'm telling you.
I asked you that the other day because it looked that way when we first saw them playing the first time around they played.
I noticed
against
that
Canada, the ball looked crazy.
It looked, I could tell, because it was like guys out there with sure hands that just couldn't catch the ball. I'm like, it's the ball.
Yep, agreed. So I look both of you right in the eyes at the end of the show, and you're saying 30, and you're saying 25, and I'm saying, I'm thinking to myself, Jock Landale against Joel Embiid and Anthony Davis, and I'm thinking, no, this could get out. This could get real ugly real quickly, and it did. It got real ugly because Team USA hit first 3 threes, and at halftime it looked like it could be a 40-point game. Third quarter it looked like it could be a 40-point game. And then Australia, just on team pride and attack mode, they just kept going and going and going, and Matthew Dellavedova is in the game, and Patty Mills is in the game, and they're both a little over the hill and long in the tooth, but they're playing for their country, and they all kind of grew up together. And here they came. And it got crazy tight because they cut it to 5 with 5 minutes left, and they cut it to 4 twice in the last minute of the game. And Patty Mills missed 2 big threes, or it could have been a different story. And Tyrese,
that corner three could have cut it to 3.
He had a corner three where
he had a corner 3 that could have cut it to 3.
Yeah, and I said,
yeah,
that's money because in his day, in his time, against LeBron in the finals in 2014, he didn't miss that shot.
That was late in the fourth quarter, and that's when Halliburton came and hit the 3, pushed it back to 9, right?
He hit 2 threes in a row.
Right.
Halliburton did.
Right.
And Devin Booker, to his credit, kept stepping to the free throw line and making free throws. So your closers yesterday were Devin Booker and Tyrese Halliburton, which is interesting. Tyrese Halliburton is clutch, man, because he's hit a lot of big shots for Indiana.
We saw him versus the Knicks. We know.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
We saw that.
Okay. So, you know, do I like some of these Australian kids, Dyson Daniels and Josh Green and Josh Giddey? Yeah, they're okay, but it shouldn't have been this because when I look, listen, Anthony Davis yesterday, he was a terror. He goes 17 and 14 in just 18 minutes. That's hard to do, but that's what I thought he would do against Jock Landale, who wound up with 20 points and 7 rebounds. But what gets me about Anthony Davis for Team USA, he just plays his guts out. Like I'm thinking, why can't you guys get this on a nightly basis?
We got it this year from him.
You got a lot of it, but there are nights where I'm saying, okay, turn it on, you know, like lock in, go. Because he'll drift some nights where he's not totally into it, you know. And in this, he is way into this. So you got the firepower, but then to your point, remember the game's only 40 minutes, not 48. It's 40.
40 minutes to give up 68.
So 68 points in the paint. It's kind of hard, like mathematically, it's kind of hard to do.
40 minutes.
That you get 68, but they're running plays that they've been running since they were 8 years old together, probably. And they're back cutting and they're.
But they've been together the same amount of time as the U.S.
Yeah.
You know, these guys came off an NBA season also.
Yeah,
some of
but they've been playing together.
Yeah, together.
In summers or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. But still, I mean, the U.S. is you know, it's just far more dominant. This is Australia.
Yeah,
they didn't even have Ben Simmons.
They did not have Ben Simmons.
Come on.
By far their most talented player.
Yeah, like, man, come on. Like,
but you still don't want to see the score that tight, though, because it is. You got to
understand the court is shorter, too. And what I mean by that, I mean in the half court when the three-point line is a little closer.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't understand the paint points, Skip, because in international play, you could kind of, I don't think you can stand in the middle, right? Without a 3-second violation.
Can.
So I don't understand the points in the paint situation because you could kind of pack the lane on a shorter three-point line and kind of like take away the paint points and force teams to shoot threes. And that's why I didn't understand. So maybe that'll be a point of emphasis moving forward. Maybe U.S. is like, hey, we want to take away the 3. Maybe that's the point. And they gave up the point paints, the paint points.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. It's just hard for me to imagine with the court that small and a lack of kind of like post-play in international ball for them to give up 68 points in the paint.
So just me, down the stretch of the game, I started rooting like crazy for Australia because I was rooting for Team USA because they actually needed to lose this game. It would have been good for their psyche because if you lose, then everybody in this country goes crazy. Oh, my God, the sky is falling. We lost Australia. But it didn't count. It's just an exhibition game. It's a practice game.
It feels that way anyway, based on how y'all talking.
Yeah. They lost to Australia in exhibition play, I believe, in 2021 and like 2018-19, they've lost to Australia. So it wouldn't have been a shocker if they lost an exhibition play. I just don't believe when the Olympics starts, the U.S. has been so dominant that they'll figure something out and they'll be better. I mean, high IQ players, great coaching, great leadership on the team. They won't lose. Mark my words, this is probably be the closest game they'll play the rest of this summer. I'm willing to put a dinner on that.
Let's hope so.
This is the closest game they'll play the rest of the summer.
The whole tournament.
The rest of the summer.
Really?
However long summer lasts.
All right, you got it. Dinner on that.
Dinner on that.
Okay, thank you. You might lose that dinner Wednesday.
No, they come on.
Yeah.
They
playing Joker
won.
in
They won
Serbia.
by 6.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what they win by? 6.
Yeah.
98, 92.
Come on now.
It was up by 24.
Yeah, this is gonna be the closest game the USA played.
So here's the other trick that has to be up Steve Kerr's sleeve. This is not easy to coach because you are so loaded from top to bottom. How do you brought it up, what's your rotation? How are you going to do this? Because at some
It's
point...
easy. I can close my eyes.
Okay.
I can close my eyes and say, you, start.
Okay, and how long are you going to stay with them?
Man, we just go, all right.
But what's the
sub in.
But what's the goal? Is the goal to win by a certain amount? Because when you look at the Dream Team 1, the original Dream Team, they margin of victory is about 44. Is that the goal? Is the goal we want to beat that, or is the goal we just want to win gold?
I'm pretty sure that's the goal.
If the goal is just winning gold, I can pick any 5 out there to do
I can
that.
close my eyes and grab 5.
If that's the goal,
Off
is
of
to
this
not
roster.
come home with anything less than gold, then I can pick any 5.
Okay.
But if the goal is to blow teams out by 50, then you got to know what your rotation is to be able to do that.
Okay. But in basketball, as Paul well knows way better than we know, it's a chemistry game beyond even football.
Yeah.
It's a 5-man chemistry game. There's got to be flow. There's got to be rhythm. There's got to be fit. There's got to be unity where you feel each other and you vibe off each other. And I don't know which 5 vibe off each other the best.
You know
because
what?
you got to close. If the game gets tight, you got to go to the unit that works the best together.
Let me tell you what the S factor is going to be, Skip. So look at this. When we look at
didn't
this,
even play though.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the X factor right there.
And that can,
Think about
that
this
can also
though.
make
When I
it
look
harder.
Look at all these scores: Jason Tatum, LeBron, Anthony Edwards, Steph, Devin Booker. You know what they have in common? The one thing they all have in common that's kind of disrupts the chemistry is they all kind of need the ball in their hand to initiate offense and score. Now, KD, he can do either. And that's what's going to be the difference maker. And that's why KD has been the best Olympian basketball player statistically that we've seen on average. You know, so like when you put him, he doesn't need the ball. He can move without the ball. He can spot up. You can put him on the ball. And it's easier for him to score than these guys because, like, now you're asking Jason Tatum to go to the corner. Now you're asking, you know what I'm saying? Now you're asking, when Drew Holiday's in the game, he probably needs to handle the ball. Now you're asking Devin Booker to go, you know, come up this down screen or go set a screen. You know, it's something totally different than what they normally do for their basketball teams. And so that's why you see the imbalance in the chemistry right now. Now, LeBron, he's in the game. He has to have the ball. You can't say, Bron, go
stand in the corner.
Stand in the corner. You know, so you got all these guys who the Anthony Edwards. What is he at his best?
Don't say anything about standing in the corner and Anthony Edwards.
No, but when he's at his best,
all over that.
But he's at his best when he's going downhill on dribble handoffs and all pick and roll. Now everybody can't do that at the same time. So now they got to negotiate. What can I do to help this team win? Can I become that spot-up shooter? Can I become a picker and roller? Can I be a pick and pop guy? And so once they start to figure that stuff out. Whereas KD is plug and play. He can do all of that without even a second thought.
Yeah.
And that's why he works best with any lineup you put out there. And that's why I believe when he comes back, it's gonna be a cakewalk for USA.
All right. And back to your man, Ant-Man. He said before this started, I'm the number 1 option. The other guy's got to fit in around me.
Well, he started off that way.
Guess what? If I look at minutes played yesterday, Steve Kerr is basically saying
yes, you are.
He's the number 1 option because he played 27 minutes. He played 6 more minutes than anybody else because Jason Tatum and LeBron and Steph all played 21 minutes. So those are your 4 highest minutes, but he's 27. That's a big discrepancy to me that Steve Kerr blessed you with 27 minutes because he liked the way you were playing.
Yeah, he's been playing well every game that they played in for the most part.
And he moved into the starting lineup, and he showed you, to your point, he came out blazing, man.
Yeah, 3 for 5. What was he? 3 for 5 from 3.
Yeah.
Play. I mean, he was knocking down shots.
And he was attacking, and he was creating havoc as he can. just athletically creating havoc with a team that's not very athletic. Australia,
Yeah, he's your
right?
young gun.
Yeah.
Think about it, he's your young gun.
Yeah.
He plays with energy. Now, yeah, you got LeBron and Curry. That's the older guys. You know, you need youth and energy out there to start this game. So, of course, he's going to play more minutes. We need him to. I mean, we like the way he starts. You know, sometimes it's going to take the older guys a little bit more to get going, you know, as you get up there in age. I don't even mind starting Bam out of Bio. I like Bam actually on defense. He's so consistent on defense, and he's versatile on the pick and roll. He can guard all five positions.
He's a glue guy. He does
a certain glue guy. I wouldn't mind. I would mind starting Bam and Anthony Davis together if we want a little bit more defensively to start these games. I would certainly start looking into that.
So the other thing that gets me about these minutes played is it's like Steve Kerr has to have an assistant beside him keeping stats because it's hard to keep everybody's minutes pretty close.
Right there.
And everybody else, after those guys I told you, except for Embiid, that's the one guy, he only played him 16 minutes because I don't think he's in great shape.
Oh, not yet.
But Tyrese and Drew Holiday and Bam and Anthony Davis and Devin Booker all got 18 minutes each. It's like you got to have somebody sitting beside you saying, Bam's got 16 minutes. You know, like make sure that when it's over, that everybody looks at the stat sheet and feels good about, okay, I got my 18 at least,
There's
right?
no big discrepancy in the minutes distribution, huh?
No,
not at all. Everybody, only Anthony Edwards is really the only one. Tatum and Brown played 20. I mean, Tatum and LeBron played 21.
That's
but
why
18
I say,
and 21,
man,
that's the same
with
thing.
this team, you can just close your eyes and be like, all right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, y'all start.
Okay. All right, that's fine.
It don't matter.
But how about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 close? What if it's a tight game?
You can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Think about what you said. You said our closers yesterday was Booker and Halliburton.
They were. And they were the ones who made the big shot.
All right, so didn't expect that.
Would you do that in a game that mattered?
Yeah.
Would you?
Why not?
Okay, because there's a guy named LeBron James sitting on your bench, right?
Listen, these are the best of the best, Skip. Like, I'm comfortable and confident in any of those guys.
Yeah, you could. If you wanted to go Drew Holiday and Halliburton, you could.
Yeah, I mean, I'm confident.
Like, you really could do it.
You get away with it, you mean, like, and win the game. You're probably right.
Of course.
Okay? You're juggling a lot of egos.
No, ain't no ego this
I don't think there's an ego because this is for the country. This isn't for the individual. The individual is me getting the gold. Me winning is for the U.S.
Okay, so you saying Steve Kerr has the easiest job of any coach in Paris?
Absolutely.
To win?
Yeah. No, just the easiest job, like the least pressure.
Man, Steve Kerr can sit over there and take a nap during the game.
So here's a
wake up and they
when you say pressure,
coach and when they'll win.
It's always the what if. So the what if is going to give you pressure. Because if some reason they stub their toe, imagine how that's going to look on Steve Kerr's resume. Not good.
No.
Not good at all.
No.
So he's got some pressure, but it's not like pressure to the point where he's got to win. Oh, my God, I'm going to get fired. But he's got a little pressure because he's got the best of the best.
There's pressure putting that USA jersey on. You got to win.
Yeah, you got to win. You're supposed to win. You got to win. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it.
Especially with this team because I remember a week ago, guys, we talking about this could be the greatest U.S. basketball Olympic team that we've seen since Dream Team 1.
That's what you were saying.
So they got to win.
Saying that the head coach could just close his eyes and pick 5 out of a hat. You could just pick 5 names.
I swear to you, Skip, I believe he closed his eyes and picked 5 out of hat.
Yeah,
he might can go. Look, this how bad it
that
is.
Lineup.
He can go, Bam, AD, and then beat and then pick 2 whatevers. That's how.
We'll go with 3 bigs.
He can go 3 bigs and then pick 2 whatevers.
Yeah.
Say he go 3 bigs and then all of a sudden he go, give me Holiday and give me Halliburton and let's roll.
Derek White.
Okay, give me Derek White and Drew Holiday and let's go.
That'll be a night. That actually might be a great lineup versus France because France got some height.
That might work against France.
That might work against France.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you got that at your disposal, man, that's the best of the best.
Yeah. Boy, you guys are setting them up for a big
all right. I got Wagyu over here. I got ribeye. I got the best of the.
You got it.
Come on, I got
you know, let's not talk about food with you because I ain't even brought that up.
What you talking about?
4th of July.
Man, go with that.
I don't know what we're talking
I don't know what.
No, I ain't gonna bring it up. I ain't gonna embarrass my guy.
Don't get no free advertisement.
That's why I ain't gonna.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Do you want more highlights from the show? Make sure to click that subscribe button for all the exclusive content from Undisputed.